Welcome, everyone, to the Chasta and Huey podcast. It's like hanging out with your childhood buddies at a dive bar having a beer together. Throw your headphones. Or better yet, they're like a security blanket. Maybe a little itchy, but still warm and cozy. It's time for the show. Here's Chasta and Huey. Cheers.
Cheers. I'm going to step back from the microphone because, as it turns out, I seem to be louder than you, which is really not that big of a surprise. Hold on. What are you drinking? Olipop?
Waterloo.
Oh, Waterloo. I got my Jack Skellington just in time for summer ween.
Which is peach. It's not like my most favorite flavor, but I buy the big Costco pack, and that's the thing about Costco. It's like you get 3 flavors, but you have to take what's in there. So it's like 2 of the flavors I like, and peach is like the third one that I'm not a big fan of, like the berry one. So it's like, okay, I drink the one I don't like first just to get it out of the way, clear up the space in the fridge. And then I take my time enjoying the one I do like in the actual fridge and throughout. So I just drink the bad one.
The hard part about bulk buying is you kind of get screwed over sometimes.
You're limited. Yeah,
you are limited. How we doing, everybody? Chasta and Huey off of a very fun weekend. We have some stories to tell. Cody had his 9th birthday here at the house, and Huey came, and we got in the jumpy house. We made it happen, and oh my God, it was very fun. Was that your first jumpy house experience, at least as an adult?
Oh, no, many times. I've been in there. So
many times. Okay.
Yeah, you know, Brian, Foo Fighters Brian. So he has 2 kids. And so, yeah, every birthday party. So there's 2 birthday parties a year that I go to. His daughter is in October. That's right. Or no, November. She's a week. No, yeah, she's the day before mine, November 13th. So in November. Yeah, so November she has a birthday party, and then his son Eddie has a birthday in May. So twice a year, there's birthday parties I go to, and he always gets a bouncy house right there from his house. So it's been like that. But even his in-law family, I've been to birthday parties for those kids when they were younger and had a bouncy house. So yes, I've spent a lot of time in a bouncy house. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, well, you got tackled in ours. We didn't have a ton of people. That's one thing about having a summer birthday. And I remember this as a kid. Like a lot of kids go on vacation. So like some of Cody's best friends were out of town or out of state or out of country. Even one of them was in Malta. But yeah, so that he didn't have all of his friends, but there were enough in the jumpy house to make it absolute freaking chaos.
That's why I always wonder. It's like, what is better, to have a birthday that happens during the school year or happens during summertime? Because for me, my birthday in November was during the school year, but my brother Tommy, his birthday's in August. So that is summertime. So I always figured for my birthday, it might be easier to invite kids. Like I'm in school and like I could tell which kids that I want, or my mom will get a hold of people, and it's just easy to contact people. Because I mean, I don't know how it is being a parent now in today's world, but I would think back in the day, my mom maybe didn't have everyone's contact info. So she relied on me in the classroom to tell the kids, like give them an actual invite to in person. But summertime, since I don't see them, we're not in the classroom, I don't know how to get in touch with them. So that's what I'm saying.
That's the hard part. It's like Cody's birthday is just it's almost a month after they get out of school. So if I don't have my S together enough and know exactly what we're doing before he gets out of school and I don't give invites out, then I'm kind of like, because I don't know every parent and every kid in his class. Dan DeLay, what's up, brother? How we doing? Yeah. Love you. Real quick, Dan, before you go, I just want to say thank you for trying to take up for me and Nikki with a shitty comment on Facebook.
Oh,
it warmed my heart. First of all, I don't give 2 shits what the guy thinks of me, but I appreciate that you came to bat for me. So thank you for doing that. That was very, very kind of you. There's some haters. This hate is gonna hate. It's part of the internet, and I have very thick skin when it comes to stuff like that these days.
It's once again someone that is just not informed, making a stupid comment and thinking what they're saying is true, or whatever, they're trolling. And it's like, that's just the problem in today's world. Like for me, I don't say much online because I don't want to be called out for being wrong, and 2, I'm not an asshole. So I don't like just leaving troll comments on other people's pages.
Well, I think if like I didn't really even understand the original comment. Like I didn't. So just to fill everybody in, I don't want to give this guy too much. I don't even remember his name, if I'm being honest. But anyway, this dude was like, it was a picture of Nikki and I in the snake pit at Metallica, and he called us vanilla rockers. Those are some vanilla rocker chicks, and I was like, I don't even really know why he would say that. Like because my leather jacket had flowers on it. Like I'm really not sure what that even means.
Yeah.
In that context. But I was like, okay, whatever. And so there's some back and forth. And then he said we look like trust fund rockers. And I was like, I'm not offended by that. I was like, that sounds like a goal to me. You're saying I look rich? Is that supposed to be a dig?
Yeah.
So I just laughed at it. But Nikki, she takes no shit from anybody. And so she's all because I mean, the truth is, like, if we're just gonna get really, really truthful here. I mean, certainly out of the two of us, Nikki is definitely the more metal girl. Like she's the metal goddess. I give her that crown. Like that is all you, sister. I love a lot of metal bands, but I don't live, eat, and breathe it like she does. That's her realm. That's her space. So she wanted to make sure shit that guy knew what was up with her. And I fully understand that. I didn't have the patience for it. So I was just like, whatever, bro. But then Dan came in with the get effed comment that made me laugh so hard. So thank you, brother. That made me happy.
I mean, the guy said vanilla. Maybe he's a fan of the band Vanilla Fudge.
Maybe. Yes.
He's just calling you out.
Done some trivia about that. I don't know.
The other thing too is I would love to confront these people. They hide behind their keyboards. I would love to confront them in some capacity. If this is on Facebook, I wonder if we can like FaceTime them through Facebook, like the app. Like,
that would be funny. Like confront the trolls. We could make that a confront the trolls. To be honest, I didn't even click on his picture. I'm assuming it was a guy. I don't even remember who.
It was.
I don't remember okay, it was. I didn't even click on the picture or do any investigation whatsoever. So I don't know what his story was, but for some reason he had real beef with us, which I thought it was funny. There was somebody else. It could have been the same guy, whatever. There was somebody else that was like, does anybody else think the bone's gone soft? And I was like, that's hilarious. That's a hilarious comment on a picture where we're literally in the snake pit for the biggest metal band that's active in the world. Like that makes no sense.
If not all time, the biggest metal band of all time.
I know. It's like you can't get more of a metal moment than that. But whatever. I mean, I can't even invest my energy into shit like that. It's just like people are nuts. People are nuts.
Well, it's just getting soft. It's like, okay,
what does that even mean again?
Yeah, what does that even mean? Like I said, we're Metallica's hometown radio station. We play a lot of Metallica. We were getting amped up for the Metallica show, so we were playing stuff, doing radio specials, all this stuff. Unless this person just has really bad timing and maybe they tune in and hear like a Kansas song or something. Like it's just unfortunate that their timing of listening to the station, it's in a stretch of music that they feel is soft. But if you listen long enough, you're going to hear heavy stuff. You're going to hear AC/DC.
Well, that's
you're
called
hear
dynamics.
Metallica.
You can't live 11 all the time, right? Like, and the other part of it is, and sorry if we're getting into the weeds here, but like in running a classic rock radio station, which is what we technically are, like you have to have dynamics. You have to have range. Not everyone wants metal all the time. Not everyone wants Fleetwood Mac all the time. So that's why Huey and I, God, if people only knew Huey,
I think
Huey
that's
and I
why
spend a massive amount of time in structuring the way this station sounds, in the flow, in making sure that we call it massaging. But when we put together all of this music, I schedule all of it out every single day. And then Huey takes a pass at it, which we call massaging. And then I take a pass at it before we really put it in the system. So it's looked at 3 times every single day to see about flow. So like, there's a lot of energy that's put into that. You know what I mean? And it's weird. He's weird.
And from what you heard, we put more work in than other markets. And
oh yeah, way more. I didn't know that, but yes, apparently.
But that's the thing. Like you and I love this station so much in the brand and what it represents for the Bay Area. That like that's why we're so passionate about this and get so defensive about these haters out there. So it's just ridiculous. And listen, I know radio's in a tough spot, and it's tough like being online, seeing people comment on radio. Former coworkers of ours who do podcasts and they talk about the state of radio. It's tough. It's tough to listen to. And so we're doing our best to keep it going, keep it afloat, keep it special, keep it important, especially here in the Bay Area. So when people get like hateful or trying to be trolls and say just negative things about the station. It just sucks because we put so much damn work into this thing and people are still trying to tear it down. And it's like, fuck you. Like, seriously, just fuck off.
That's it. Just fuck off. That's really the headline there. I'll say one more thing and then we can move on. The other thing
5 more minutes.
Proof. I know, right? 5 more minutes. The proof is that we can never do enough. No matter what you do, it will never be enough. And here's my example of that. If somebody's like, oh, you don't play this, that, or the other thing, specifically if they're talking about metal or active rock or local music or whatever, like we have on The Bone, we have a show that's focused purely on active rock, right? And that's, rock, like current rock. We're talking Disturbed, like bands that are out really touring right now all the time.
Just newer music, yeah.
Not necessarily classic rock, okay? But that's active. Then we also have an entire hour devoted to local bands. That's with Dennis Willis. Then we have a whole hour devoted to Metal Zone. Then on the side, I have a whole show produced by Dennis and with a whole team of people, Soundwaves TV, that's all about showcasing music that needs to be showcased. So you've got so much content there that we're all working so hard on every single week, yet it's not enough. So it's just like you're never going to please everybody, Yeah. Who cares?
It's just annoying. So sorry, not to go off on this tangent here.
I think it's important to say out loud, though. I think it is like for people who really care about the music and care about the scene and pay attention or want to know about radio, like that's something that we do it. That's very real. So there you go. There's the real talk. There's the behind the scenes real tea.
I know. Sorry, we can go on a whole 30 minutes talking about this, and but yeah, you're right. It's just. To the people that still care about us, we appreciate it, who take the time to defend us in some capacity. We appreciate you as well. So, we'll just keep doing our thing and having fun at birthday parties as well.
Exactly. Yes. So thank you for coming to the birthday party.
You're welcome.
Of all, thank you for getting in the baby pit, if you will, getting in the jumpy house. You did kind of get tackled by a couple of kids, but you took it like a champ. You and Scott Proctor, bassist.
Scott went in there. Empire. Yeah, Scott went in. He went in there first, and so I saw him in there. He was getting beat up from all the kids. They were jumping on him. He looked like he was and like the kids. He was like trying to be like the Hulk, and like kids were all jumping all over him. All these kids under the age of 9 years old jumping on him, and so I was like, all right, let me go in there. And then, but for me, I'm a bigger guy. I'm worried if I just step in the wrong side of the tent, the whole thing's gonna fall over or pop. Or I was curious, like, is there weight limitations in this thing? So I went in there and I was just like trying to be really still, like, because I'm like fragile or gentle. So like I end up like just going in the corner and I was just sitting there and the kids were trying to like, come on, like let's wrestle. And I'm like, no. I'm playing the role of a sleeping giant. So I'm just sitting in the corner. Because like I'm legit worry like, okay, if I stand in that thing and like I lose my balance and I fall on a kid, that kid's gone. Like, I'm sorry. Like he's gonna
that kid will see their life flash before their eyes. Can you imagine?
Or God forbid, like I land on. But God forbid I land on Scott and like he breaks an arm or a finger and his music career is in jeopardy. I was just so scared of like hurting others. It's like I don't know my limitations. So as Tonelli would say, a man's got knows limitations. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna sit in the corner. I'm in there. I'm gonna rest for a bit and just let the thing bounce up and down. And so I was watching Scott do his thing because Scott is a little bit smaller than me, so it's like he can like be the adult playing with the kids, the big bad monster for this role, and then. Yeah, I hung out there and I was like, all right, I need to get out and get some cake now.
Oh my God. It was hilarious. And we had these inflatable swords because it was a pirate banjo Iron Maiden party. Yes, that's quite a theme, I know. And so we had these inflatable swords and the kids were like beating you guys over the heads with it. Do you have the video? Can we show it?
Yeah.
I don't know if the sound's going to work or not, babe. Yeah. Jillian jumps on your back. I mean, these kids were fearless. Oh my God.
See, that's when I just got in. And that's like, okay, I can't, I'm not gonna be able to stand up. See, I give up. And see, there's Scott right there.
Yeah, there's Scott in the other corner. Oh my God.
So it's like, I wave the white flags. Like as soon as I walked in, like, okay, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stand up or get my balance correctly. And then needless to say, if I stand up the second I fall down, I don't want to hurt like a little kid. So I'm
well,
like,
and
all
I
right.
wasn't any help because I had the giggles. So I was just in the other corner filming you guys, giggling my ass off. Michaela was on FaceTime. Sid called my niece, Michaela, who's on here right now, and said that Cody said he was being harassed whenever he was on FaceTime. Yeah, the kids were getting a little rough. Like we had to calm them down. We had to break it up a couple of times, but
Yeah.
that's what's being 9. 9-year-old kids are gonna be a little crazy.
Oh my God. I mean, just, Jay and I were talking about this, like how awesome it is. Just like living through those kids vicariously through their eyes.
Yeah.
It's like summertime, you're playing with their friends, not a care in the world. It's just a cool feeling to watch that from afar. It's like, man, I miss those days.
I know. It was a very summery weekend and we had really insane weather in Pacifica. It was very hot for us.
I
It was very
know.
hot. Yeah, it was like Alameda hot in Pacifica.
Yeah.
So we
What the
had
hell?
big summertime birthday party on Saturday. On Sunday, we did a whole beach day with my mom, went and got ice cream, ate ice cream in the cemetery because summerween. That's a true story. We went down to Pescadero and
Okay.
one of my favorite cemeteries is in Pescadero because you drive up to the top of a hill and then you can see the whole valley and the beach and everything. So we went and got ice cream. We were like, where should we eat our ice cream? And I look over and I was like, well, my favorite cemetery is right over there. So we did. So Summerween was in full effect. It was perfect. Michaela would appreciate that.
Well, the other thing too, I saw a meme the other day on June 25th. I saw a meme that said, Christmas is in 6 months, 6 months from today. I'm like, what? Don't ever bring up Christmas. You know me. I love Christmas. It's my favorite holiday. I love it. But like, stop it. We can worry about
summertime too. And you love 4th of July. You love the big fireworks and the parade in Alameda.
Yeah, I love Santa Claus, but we'll talk about him in a few months. Like, let me enjoy my summertime. He has his time. Let me enjoy summertime. Like, I just want to worry about wearing shorts, flip-flops, and getting a tan. Like all that stuff. Don't bring up Santa Claus now. Like we'll worry about that, in a few months. And that's on top of that, we can't skip Halloween and the start of the fall season, Thanksgiving, all that stuff. Like, nah, don't bring it up. Like, hush.
Not all the burr months. I love the burr months, September, October, November, and December. Michaela says, STFU, we are not allowed to talk about Christmas. Exactly. Yeah, Michaela was sitting by the pool in Oklahoma when we were FaceTiming. She was 103. And I think Sydney said it was 69 in Pacifica, but it was hot. When it gets hot here, it gets hot. Like, and that for us that might as well be 103. By the way, really quick, over the weekend, we got to jump into this because you actually blew my mind. So you sent me a DM on Instagram of this band, and you and I are always sending bands back and forth to each other. And so I was like, oh, cool, I'll check them out. And I didn't really do any reading. I just kind of pulled them up on Spotify and I was listening. And then I realized what I was listening to. Okay. And I was like, holy shit.
Okay, so let's play a little snippet.
Let's just play a little bit before we get into it first.
Okay. So
They're called, wait, hold on. They're called The Velvet Sundown.
Yes.
Is the name of the band. Yeah.
Okay, let me pull this up real quick.
And we're only going to play like 10 seconds because we don't know if we'll get in trouble here on YouTube.
Yeah. But maybe not.
Check it out. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll play this and hopefully you guys can hear this okay.
Dust on the Wind. Okay.
Dust on the wind, boots on the ground, smoke in the sky, no peace found. Rivers run red, the drum.
Okay. About 10 seconds there.
Yeah, I heard that. Just a little clip. I heard that. And that voice, I was like, oh, hell yes. Like, I love the voice. I love the vibe. Very vibey, very classic rock inspired, like 70s, 80s kind of jam band. Yeah, that's a full AI band. There's nothing about that that's human.
It's an AI generated like psych rock band. I guess that's the right term or the genre that they're covering right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so psych rock band called the Velvet Sundown, and they're racking up hundreds of thousands of Spotify streams.
As of 2 hours ago, they topped 550,000 listeners on Spotify in under a month.
That clip just now, because that's off like their YouTube page. So I guess they use DistroKid. I think that's like a program or an app or website service that bands can sign up for, upload their music, and that gets distributed to
Spotify and
all the platforms.
Yeah.
So this is their YouTube page from that type of from distro account. This song alone, 33,000 views in 3 weeks.
It's a great song. Can you pull up now? If you pull them up on Instagram, very quickly you go, oh, this is AI. They have the very typical AI looking pictures. It's very clear. what they are when you look at them. But I didn't do any of that. That's how much I trust Huey. If he sends me a band, I'm like, this is obviously worth listening to. So I literally just like pulled it up on Spotify, didn't think twice about it. And then when I saw the picture, I went, oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah. So let me see if I can bring up, hold on. Sorry here. Let me.
Oh, no, you're fine. I put you on the spot with that one, but I do want to show it if we can, because like
their Instagram.
It's starting to become like you can pick out
it's
AI
becoming
stuff
obvious.
Yeah. Yeah. Like we all kind of know what that look is now. And so you're like, okay, yeah, no.
Okay. There we go. So wait, this is not wait, Velvet's 310 followers. Okay, maybe I had the wrong one.
Oh, that's
now there's like copycats out there.
Oh yeah, there are. Well, those are the pictures. You'll get the idea.
Yeah, quick. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the photos of them.
I mean, they ripped off the Beatles one. I'm not sure that that's legal. But so, like, okay, that's a good example.
Yeah. So these are the photos
AI.
Of the band.
And that's Homer Simpson comment over there. But
so check out these photos. So yeah, these are all AI. These are not real people. This is all fake stuff that was created with AI. And even like online, like there's like bios created for this band and like band names for each member. And it's really just trippy just seeing all this, like these live photos of this band. So it's bringing up a lot of questions here. I guess that's the album cover. Dust and Silence. That's the album that got uploaded with all these songs on there. Which for me, the interesting thing, there's so much to get into with this. I guess the ethics of this, or morals of this. So let me ask you this. Okay, you said out of the gates, you're digging the song.
Yeah. I didn't spend more than, I only listened because we had such a busy weekend. I think I listened to 2 songs. So it's not like I've gone through every single song they have. But right out the gate, that was the song I played. And as soon as that voice hit, I went, ooh, this is for me. I like that like raspy, dirty, sort of down and dirty rock and roll sound. And I immediately thought I dug them.
So let me ask you this. Is it okay to like an AI band, a fake band, a real band that doesn't exist?
Very conflicted. I feel very conflicted because going back to what we were just talking about, I spend so much of my life like supporting bands that don't get enough love, right? Whether it be local bands or active bands, whoever. Like I'm all about the artist. And I've done that, by the way, since I was 19 years old. When I first started to radio, the very first thing I did was have a local band show. So I've spent the better part of my life doing that. And so I feel very conflicted because obviously that's not the jam. You know what I mean? It's weird.
Michaela, AI, I thought that was real. Dance. Let's see.
Dan, a musician right there. The whole band is AI.
Yeah. Let's see. So, Influence started a fake AI band. It's a different band, but he started last week. Okay. So now is this becoming a new trend?
It's going to be a thing.
Okay. So, God, there's so many different directions I want to go with this conversation. As far as, okay, yeah, is it okay to like an AI band? I don't know. You're right. Like, I feel guilty. Like, I'm liking a fake band that's getting a lot of views, streams, which I'm guessing that's generating money, and versus liking a real band, either friends, local bands, more national bands that are still struggling to get by, like versus that. So that dilemma alone, that's a tough thing just to kind of swallow and think about. Like, I feel guilty.
Yeah, Dan says, I like that a musician's chiming in here. I don't mind using AI art, but the band is AI. Sorry, but fuck that.
Yeah, you're right.
That's okay, Dan. We can curse here. No, that's the thing is like, I know a lot of bands are using AI for videos. Shout out, holy crap, shout out to Forbidden over the weekend. I'm not positive that whole video is AI, but it definitely seems like it was used in that creation. But wow, when you're talking about using AI to do something really well, I swear to God, I want to talk to Craig and go, what was the prompt here? Was it just the most nightmare fuel you can stick into like a 4-minute song? Because that video is unbelievably cool.
We can text Craig. He'll respond back right away.
Text him and ask. I just like to know. But a band that has been around for a very long time, doing incredible work like that, using AI as a tool to enhance or change things up or really make something stand out, which it did. That's one thing, because that to me is a tool. But I think Dan's right over here is like, that's a whole band. I feel a little weird. It makes me feel a little hollow.
Well, that's the thing too, is like, yes, I know there's a lot of AI tools out there used for different purposes and resources. case in point, like you and I, we're doing this podcast for free. We're not making any money on this yet.
Yeah.
But I use some AI programs to help us with our podcast gain and I use a thing called Opus Clips. It's an AI program you subscribe to, you upload your video and it generates clips. Then I chop up or download and then upload to social media to get clips to show little highlights from our podcast. And hopefully we'll get some exposure for our podcast. And listen, I know other people, use AI stuff to make some artwork. And I know that's a whole nother debate as far as like, well, why don't you pay like an actual graphic designer, someone to make it? And I know some people who use AI artwork for flyers and stuff. I think it's okay to use if you're in a situation you just don't have the money, the resources. Like if you're if you're a new band, a young band, upcoming band, you don't have the money to pay for a lot of stuff or afford anything out of your own pocket, then AI helps. Or if you're a small project or business or whatever it is, you don't have the money and the resources compared to like a big company to pay for bodies and people to create stuff for you. I think AI is okay to get you going and hopefully get you to a point that then you can then hire people at some point. Yeah. But I know there's a whole ethics and all that stuff. The other thing too with this band is, okay, now this band was created, there has to be some human there in this process to make this work. Because as from what I understand from AI, you have to like type in what you want. Like you have to type in, the settings, the parameters, or what you're looking for.
And it almost always does not get it right the first time. Like like I noticed when I watched the Forbidden video, and by the way, I just want to make it clear, I'm assuming that AI was involved in that. It might not have been. We should ask Craig. We should text him to get some clarification because I don't want to put something out there that's not correct. My assumption is, but it did say in credits at the end of that video, it did talk about video and art production and all that.
Director,
you do have to craft AI. You can't just go blah, 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 and then it comes out perfect. As we've all seen, it can have weird morphing. It can have too many fingers. It can have a lot of weird things. So you do kind of have to, almost like a sculptor, it seems. You have to, I even had this experience when I created, you're going to laugh. I created Cody's birthday invite with ChatGPT because I'm not a digital designer. And I was like, this is a simple kid's birthday invite. Like, hey, do this. And even just something as simple as that, I had to change it 4 or 5 times to get it right.
Yeah, you can't just be like, make a rock song for me.
Yeah,
like you can't just you can't be that vague, that's short.
Right.
You have to type in stuff like, hey, I want like, I don't know, for this, I don't know how this person made it, but like, hey, I want to create a 4-piece psych rock band, guitar, bass, drummer, singer. I want them to sound like XYZ bands. And you type in stuff in like, I mean, who, for all we know, maybe they type up the lyrics too. I don't know if they like add the lyrics after someone wrote the lyrics, or does AI create the lyrics for them? I mean, there's so much to unpack here in this situation. So what I'm getting at is, one, whoever created this, I mean, it's very impressive that they were able to create something like this that's taken off. But I do feel bad for a lot of bands who are getting cheated. Like, their potential views and streams are getting taken away from this AI band.
Yeah.
But then again, maybe that'll encourage other bands to go out there and create better songs. It'll create some like friendly competition. But it's
an interesting dilemma.
Yeah. Well, no, I was just gonna say, so whoever created this, I'm curious what the point of this was. Was this like an experiment? Are they really trying to create like an extra source of revenue? Because listen, I think there are people out there who use AI to create like YouTube pages and try to rack up as many views as they can to get like, the Google ad money that way.
Oh, for sure.
So there are like a ton of like generic like YouTube pages. Like I'll like look up, YouTube University. I'm like trying to look up something, how something's done. And I see a video and it's like so obvious it's like a fake AI voice, and it's like the video explaining how it's done. Like that's easier to probably do than have someone actually like stand in front of a camera, edit this, and put it all together. So I'm curious with this person, what was the point of this? Is this like, are they really want to be in a successful band but can't get a band together, so they're like make one up on their own? Are they just trying to make easy money from streams and views on Spotify?
I think you make a point. I think intent matters here. I just want to read a comment. This is very important. Dan Owsley just said, Contos, the drummer for Forbidden, by the way, did the lion's share of the production. It wasn't a 10-minute ordeal. Thank you for the clarification.
Cool.
That's my point, right? So it's used as a tool, and then you sort of craft it and guide it and almost sculpt it as an artist. So, and by the way, Contos,
it's badass.
Well done.
Yeah,
like it is nightmare fuel. It's so good.
But
so good.
But let me ask you this. So the person who created this, let's say if it's just one person, let's just hypothetically create this one person. Are they considered a musician now crafting this? Or, and I ask this because like, okay, remember like what, 20 years ago, kind of like when techno music was kind of taking off and these like club DJs starting to become big things and like throwing big parties. A lot of people will throw shade at them and be like, oh, they just open up a laptop, hit play, and just let the music play. And they're acting like they're a rock star on stage. That's still going now. And there's a lot of people making a lot of money. But now, like, from my understanding, it takes time to like craft these songs together. And it's like make the songs on their computer and take, beats and sound clips and other stuff and make actual songs out of it. And so that's a new art form in its own way in the music making industry. And there are a lot of kids influenced by that who are making music at home on their own computers. So I think there's a lot of people who do consider those like DJs musicians now. In some ways, isn't that kind of like the same idea? Like this person has an idea of what they want, a song they want to hear. They're using AI to make it. Mm-hmm. Is it, it's kind of like a similar,
mm-hmm.
Yeah. So AI is the instrument here. Like, is that okay? Yeah. It's fascinating.
Here's my general rule in life. This is, it goes across the board for music or art or anything that I don't personally do. And I don't personally know all the ins and outs. I really try my hardest not to speak with authority about things I don't fully understand.
Yeah.
Okay. That's that's a big rule in my life. I teach that to my kid. I can have opinions, but I don't know what it takes to make a song with AI. I don't know, like, do you have to give it a vibe? Do you go in and you write the lyrics and feed that into the beast and what? Like, I think you make a really good point. It's like a laptop all of a sudden became a tool for a musician as a DJ. And EDM, by the way, very successful genre of music. Now you're looking at AI becoming a tool to make a band. My biggest concern, I guess I should say, is what it takes from humans that are working to be musicians. That's where I get concerned. It's like, I don't want anyone's jobs being replaced, which this would replace, by the way, a producer, a writer, an audio techs and studios that you have to rent out, all these things. So it's a moral conundrum.
I wonder, like, hypothetically, then the person behind this, I'm kind of curious how much they had planned out before doing this, or did they rely on AI to do everything? Like I said, like the lyrics, is this someone who had lyrics but doesn't know how to play an instrument? Or is this someone who just wanted to make a cool band and just said, AI, hey, you make the lyrics, here's
and
like
it's
a
social
concept.
Experiment.
Yeah, it's here's a concept, like write about the weather or something like that, or break up or something. You create the lyrics, you create the sound. I mean, obviously use AI to create the band members. Like, it's like, hey, I want a guy with long black hair, someone with short blonde hair, someone with glasses. I mean, like looking at some of these photos of the band
what
members.
I would have think. I think personally, what would have made this social experiment better is if we never saw who they were. If we didn't know, if they weren't on social. But see, that's what makes you think that they may just want it for the clicks, right? I would have loved if a band had come out on Spotify and you'd have been like, I heard this band, check them out. And I would have been listening to them. And it would have taken me months, years to realize that they weren't real. That would have been a real social experiment. But when you go on Instagram and you go, oh, this is AI within 30 seconds, it kind of takes the wind out of it a little bit.
I mean, you can kind of tell right now AI photos where the photos look kind of cartoony to me. And
they
it's
look
like
glossy.
Too polished, like too perfect, too smooth. That's my thing, what you can kind of tell in AI stuff. And I see people on Facebook and whatnot sharing like AI photos and acting like that's a real thing. And I'm like, hello, you idiot. Like, that's not real.
We know.
We know, like, you're like, oh, look, see, this happened. It's like, that's an AI photo. That's not real. So anyway, that's a whole separate thing. But like, I wonder, like, whoever owns this. Like, I wonder if there's an actual owner of the property IP of the Velvet Sundown. Could this person hire musicians to make this an actual thing? Like be like, hey, go play these songs at a show, at a tour.
That's an interesting thought.
Give me like 50% of the royalties or what you make on the road or something like that. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm thinking of it as like you make a band like for Almost Famous, right?
Yeah.
So you create a band that's not real. And then they could become Stillwater is the band, but then like you go, okay, well, we'd like Stillwater because they're a great band, by the way. If we'd like that to be real. So we're going to fill that out with real humans and put them on tour. And like you create it that way. I think that's interesting because all of a sudden you really have used AI as a tool to create something that humans can benefit from. So that's kind of neat. Like that's a cool idea.
Yeah, and
if
that's why I wonder.
Ever figured out who came up with this idea, I would love to interview them.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It makes me wonder, like, okay, is it morally okay, like, if you're a musician who joins an AI created band and you just play music that AI made? Like, is that okay, or are you're a lazy musician? You're cheating the system, like, or
well, that's
want a payday?
That goes for like a tribute band. Right.
Yeah.
So like a tribute band is always playing music that, and I'm not digging on tribute bands. I love tribute bands.
But the comparison.
And cover band. But for the comparison, you're playing someone else's music versus playing or creating your own. Dan just chimed in and said, I would consider them music production, but not a musician. I think I would definitely agree with that. Like a musician, that feels like something so intimate to me, which I'm not. I'm not a musician, but I live with two of them. And that just seems like that process is so intimate.
Well, that's the thing too. Like, think about AI. Like AI, it does its work based on what it's being prompted, what it's told to do, and then it searches the internet for what's existing already as its source material to create the product that you're trying to make.
Right.
And so, with that being said, you still need a human to come up with this and type in what they want. So, like, there's still a human element, and so that's what I'm getting at is like, they're using AI as a new form of an instrument, which is interesting. Like it's very similar to like what a DJ does. Like a DJ finds stuff to put it together. You're using AI to put stuff together. Like it really is like, yeah, is this okay to do? I mean, but then again, if people find out, if you're a hardworking musician, they're just probably going to think you're just a lazy SOB. Like you're taking the easy way out. You're not gutting it out there and, paying your dues and, playing in a sweaty garage or somewhere and like crafting these songs. It's just really fascinating in the discussion of like, is this okay? Is it not okay? How far do you get away with it? Yeah, you're right. Like I'm curious, whoever did this, is this person a musician? Maybe they were a struggling musician and they're like, you know what? I'm going to use AI to come up with some stuff that I need. And then maybe they can take that on the road. Like it's just, there's so much to this aspect and just even using AI as a tool, like, how much do you use it versus the human effort put into it? I
think in like 2 to 5 years, you and I will look back on this conversation and laugh. It'll be like the people, like when you see on the news, they show like clips of people talking about the internet as it was born. I kind of feel like we're doing that right now. It's like we're on the precipice of this new thing that we're trying to really understand. And then, we're going to feel silly about this conversation in a few years. And Dan, I love you. We claim you as a musician, Chasta. Definitely not a musician. But as my husband always says, like when we meet new people and they're like, oh, you're a musician. Do you play as well? Jay is always like, she doesn't play, but she plays. Like in my heart, he's like, she plays it on the radio and nobody loves music more than her. His words, not mine. But it is a different way of showing your love and respect for music. I'll say that. But thank you. Yeah. That's very sweet.
Thank you, Dan. So there's so many layers to this in this conversation. Yeah, you're right though. Who knows? Maybe in 5 years, AI making
5 years,
music
in probably 5 months, it's going to be a total game changer.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe it's going to start like creating all these new AI bands, and maybe it's a whole separate category, subgenre on Spotify. It's like, all right, you could do this, but you got to put it out there like, hey, this is AI created.
And you know what?
I'm glad a disclaimer.
You said that. Yeah, like just a footnote. It's almost like I've seen people do this on Instagram. It's like created with AI, and it's just it's a one line, but you can see that I actually follow some AI art people who do like crazy shit. Like it'll be like, they'll put like crazy sharks and stuff like that in water, but it's very clearly AI, but done well. And so I think with a little disclaimer, it's like, okay, well, if I know this and then I can buy into it knowing that, but instead instead of being duped and it making you feel like you got duped. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, remember, like, was it last summer or last year we were talking if a band used the AI as a writing tool, maybe like they're in a writing slump and they can't break through like on an issue or a certain little part, use AI to maybe help you overcome that. And that's a whole other issue discussion piece. But now this is like completely from scratch, making up a song using AI as your source. It's just, like you said, fascinating, and just like the layers to this, like what's okay, what's not okay. Will this be the norm in, like you say, 6 months to a year? So.
You know what's funny about this? True story. If Dennis Willis is on here watching, he's going to laugh. We did this as a topic when we were filming Soundwaves a little while back. We always do our debates like in one day. We'll do like 7 debates in one day. We did this as a topic. And the question was, you love a song or you love a band and then you find out their AI, how do you feel? So that was the concept months ago when we filmed that. I actually don't remember my response. I don't remember what I said. But at the time I answered the question, I hadn't experienced it like I have now. And I like this band, but it makes me feel a little cheap. I don't know. Like, it's weird. It's a weird feeling.
Well,
I don't know how to explain it.
But yeah, as of right now, all you're hearing is just music. You're not able to go see this band or I mean, who knows? Like, if this person takes this and like presses vinyl, like, is it okay to buy vinyl of an AI band, merch of an AI band? Is that okay? Right? Or is that like, dude, spend your money on an actual human that needs it more? Like
for some reason, I don't feel like I could do that. I don't feel like I could buy merch and be like, I don't know. That's like a bridge too far, I guess. Yeah. That feels weird.
Like, that's the thing. It's like, could this become a touring thing and you go support them that way in live music? Like, you spend
you fast forward 5 or 10 years from now, it's all going to be like robots, holograms, playing the music. God knows where we're headed.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I haven't had a chance to look. I wonder if there's an actual AI music video for them for this band here. Like, maybe that's the thing. Maybe they just create like live performances. You're like, oh, okay, well, that's like the same thing.
I think Michaela just said, and this is, Jimmy Arsenal. Hi. I love AI for graphic enhancement or even image fixing. Yeah, absolutely. And he's a graphic artist, so I'm sure that's a huge tool. Serato also uses it for those purposes. Michaela said support local and real artists, though. But the interesting piece of all of this is that there could be a local artist. This could be some struggling musician who's doing this. And so in a way, we are supporting them and their vision. Like, that's so weird. So weird.
That's the thing.
I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but that's.
But no, but maybe they spent like 10 years trying to make it, playing shows all over the place, touring, coming back with no money, or spent all their money, or in debt, in the minus. That's the thing. Maybe they're like, you know what? F this. Like, I'm going to sell out a little bit. Maybe just a new form of selling out, quote, selling out. I'm going to sell out and I'm going to get some money off some streams.
By the way, I hate that term. I hate, you and
I No, me too.
I can't stand when people say that. How dare you make money on your art? Milli Vanilli are rolling in their graves. That's hilarious. That's a great way to wrap that up. Well, I will continue this conversation because we can clearly see this is the beginning of something that will continue to happen. So, we'll be those people that are talking about the birth of the internet. Okay, we do have a Huey help. We've already been on 45 minutes. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay, so we do have a Huey help that made us laugh out loud when this came in. We were going to do this last week and we didn't get around to it.
Should I play the sounder?
Yes, please play the.
Okay.
Play the
if you've got trouble, we've got the cure for what ails ya.
The Bay Area's bestie, Huey, is here with advice.
It's Huey Help.
Okay, so should I say this person's name?
Yeah, this person just emailed us at chastaandhuey@gmail.com.
Okay, we're not trying to keep them private. They didn't say to keep themselves private, or maybe this isn't even their real name. Who knows? Callista, love that name. A few months ago, I got added to a group chat by mistake. Clearly, they meant to add someone with a similar name or number. I assumed I'd be kicked out quickly, but nobody noticed. And I've been reading everything ever since. I don't know who these people are, but I want to. They're hilarious. They roast each other constantly. They've got a bunch of inside jokes and have a lot more going on in their lives than I do. I know it's weird, but it's like a really good podcast I never want to end. I'm totally invested now. Is it wrong to keep lurking? Should I come clean or just quietly enjoy the show until I'm found out?
Quietly just keep enjoying the show. I mean, that's the thing with these group chats. Like you and I, we're on a ton of group chats. And so for the ones that are like really active, like I'm on a one with our coworkers from KNBR. We have like a San Jose Sharks pool. We have a San Francisco Giants pool that I'm in. And yeah, it's a lot of people on there. And sometimes it could be a lot of texting. So what I do is I go right away in my settings for that particular thread and just like hide alerts. So that way my phone's just not ding, ding, ding or vibrating over and over and over. I have to do the same. So that way, at least I'm getting the texts are coming through, but I'll check in on my own time what they are. So I'm not being constantly notified. Yeah. I mean, it's just fun to sit back and watch and grab some popcorn, enjoy the ride. But that's the thing is like, horse on those people who are not taking the time looking at the numbers, be like, what's this number here? Like they're just being lazy. That's not your fault. And if you're
jump in on the Drawing Heaven, Dan, he said, "You guys want to join the Drawing Heaven group chat?" Hell yeah, I'll jump in on that. I'll be a fly on the wall. Yeah, I think you're right. Like, don't be dumb. Don't be irresponsible. Don't start group chats and not realize who's in it. But I will say, on one of my favorite podcasts that I watch, this happened. This is actually hilarious. A girl was in a mom's group, and they were talking about the way a girl moms, basically like mom judging. She didn't realize that mom was in the group. And so she was like, yeah, she does this and she does that, blah, 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 like very clearly talking about this girl. And then one of the girls side texted her was like, yo, so-and-so is in that chat. So it can really blow up on you. Maybe the headline is don't be a shit talker.
Well, at least know who you're talking to. Because like how many times you and I have been in a situation where people are talking shit and we're like, I don't think they realize that person's in this thread, or maybe they meant to send it separately. So for me, I'm always kind of paranoid. I'm always like looking, all right, is this a message? Is this a message I only want to send to Chasta? Like make sure that's clear, send it to Chasta. But that's the thing too. It's like, sometimes I'm in the stuff at work and I'll like, okay, if it's a new thread that I just started, especially with like my coworkers, and if there's some new numbers, I'll go ask someone who's like managing it and ask them like, hey, who's this number? And then I'll add it to my contacts. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like whoever started this group thread and like is not asking, or someone else asks, hey, what's this one number here? Who is this person? Like they're just like being lazy or just completely oblivious to what's going on here. And then, I mean, I'm kind of curious, like, could these become new friends? Be like, if like, can they like hang out eventually at some point? Or
I mean, it's kind of funny after so long, and she doesn't say specifically how long this has been, but I think after so long, if you were to write yourself, if you feel weird about it, Callista, if you feel weird and you feel like I need to tell them, I think it could be a funny way to like add somebody into your life. Like, it's very kismet, it's kind of a cosmic way of adding a friend.
I was just going to say, so she's in there by mistake in place of someone else that was originally supposed to be there. I feel bad for that person. Yeah, who got left out. Like, I feel bad. They're missing out on all this talking for however long this text thread has existed. So I feel bad for them. At what point
did they go, yo, so-and-so doesn't ever chime in here? Why don't they ever like,
where are they?
Or maybe I'm just in smaller group chats. Like the biggest group chat I'm in, I think, is 8 people or 9 people. That's the Vibe Tribe. But other than that, it's like 2 or 3 people. Like my NOLA fam is in a group chat.
Yeah.
But that's, it doesn't get more than that. But maybe people have like, I could not do like 20 people in a group chat. I would be like, no, thank you. I can't.
I think, let's see, the Sharks pool I was in, I think that was 13 people one year.
That's a lot.
For some reason, I want to say it was 16 one year. It was like way too long. I think 13 and one. The Giants one I'm in is 11 people. The Sharks one I think was 13 this past season. So yes,
still a lot.
It's still a lot. But yeah, you're right. Like I would be kind of concerned if someone wasn't responding or like addressing someone. So yeah, I might be like, hey, where's so-and-so? Why they never respond? Or I might text them separately. Hey, where are you? We're talking about you. Respond. Yeah. So So
I think
yeah,
if that ever happens, Callista, you just put like the eye, like a meme of the eyes, like going like this. I think that's what you do. Like, I don't know. I don't
hi,
know.
new friends.
Hi.
Hey.
I mean, that's awkward. But hey, it's not your fault. It's not like, and if they're not really like, if somebody got murdered and they're like, oh my God, I killed somebody, then yeah, you need to come with
Speak
it.
up.
You need to speak up. You need to do something about that. But if they're just like razzing each other and it's just good, friendly fun, who cares? Be a little fly on the wall. How fun is that?
Yeah, actually, while they're talking about drawing heaven, I need to.
I love drawing heaven. Wait, I missed the comments. Hold on. Shameless plug. Oh, you don't ever have to shameless plug drawing heaven. I love them.
Okay, wait. I'll be right.
I run in their hat all the time. I have the coolest
one.
hat. Do you have the black on black? Yes, that's my favorite one. I have the teal one too. I have the teal on black, which I like, but I a black on black on black. I like that too. Although Jay is kind of spoiling that one for me.
So it's just fun. So I'm just saying, enjoy the ride while you can. Eventually, someone will get smart and realize, hey, who is this? But then again, you might get some new friends, and maybe they'll be like, hey, you've been listening to us. You're part of the tribe already, so come hang out with us next time or something. Like that.
Absolutely. Oh, Jimmy, that's funny. I also have the gold version. Can you tell I'm a super fan? I have gold. Is that the original? I guess that probably was the gold drawing heaven, the teal, and the black on black. I have 3 of the same hat. It's a little much. But Jay and I share like band stuff because we wear the same size shirt. So we do. We share. He's going to kill me for saying that, but we share shirts and we share hats. It's easier to keep the closet organized that way. Well, this has been fun. Thank you for making me really think about some stuff. About the moral conundrum that I'm in with this AI band. We're gonna. Can we play them on Bone Breakers? We should play them on Bone Breakers. See what people think about it.
Yeah, like send a text or something. So that could be. Yeah. Man, it's gonna be busy this week in between Bone Breakers and Metal Zone. And
I know. Oh, are we gonna say? Can we say that?
Yeah.
Danarchy's back. Danarchy.
Oh wait, hold on.
Danarchy is back. Bring him back. Raise him from the dead.
Okay, wait. Can I do?
Hello there.
There he is.
This is Satan to let you know that you need to listen to the Metal Zone this Saturday at 11 for the return of Danarchy.
Yeah. By the way, I did make imaging, so we will have that back, and I'm positive. Yeah, I'm positive Malcolm had him.
So, go ahead. Oh, wait. Let me turn this off.
Yes. You know what, though? I need to record you doing that laugh, and we could put that in the imaging pieces.
Oh, okay. So that's the thing. If you have a request for Bone Breakers or Metal Zone, please leave a comment down below. Text 888-303-BONE. Chasta and Huey at gmail.com. Yeah, Metal Zone, Bone Breakers. That's our new music show every Saturday night at 9 p.m. on 107.7 Bone, where we break new songs, break new bands, break the format. So, hey, like, case in point, this week we played some Dropkick Murphys, Newfound Glory, Parkway Drive, Killswitch Engage. Like, there's so much out there new music-wise. Let us know. We can throw that there. Or if you have a request for Metal Zone, let me know. What's some metal that you're digging right now? I got some premieres this coming weekend I'm looking forward to. So, yes, hit us up. Let us know what you want to hear.
Yes, and Nikki as well, and Dennis. Dennis was Soundwaves FM, so local bands are for Soundwaves FM. So you can, there's an entire submit page on the Bones website if you want to do that, 1077thebone.com. But we're trying to support all the things if you can't tell. And you're filling in for Nikki, who's going to England to see the end of Black Sabbath and Ozzy. That kills me.
But that's the thing. These shows are run by humans, so we like that human interaction. AI can't cover this or do this for us. Yet, at least.
No, I know. I was going to say, be careful with that one.
Knock on wood. Yeah.
Also, one last announcement. So I have decided to, very last minute, I have decided to have an official birthday party. Okay, so here's the real reason. The real reason is because I feel weird about birthdays. I don't really like having birthday parties for myself. I don't know why. It's just a thing with me. Yeah. But Huey, I threw one for you and we had so much fun. So I was like, why not? So Chevy Metal is going to be at the Guild Theater Saturday, July 12th. And Stateland Empire just got added to that show like a couple days ago. And so it was like, it's a Saturday night. It's the weekend of my birthday. Stateland's playing the Guild, which I love the Guild Theater so much. And Chevy Metal, who we've seen several times. And it's just brand new. They haven't even added Stateland to the bill yet. Yeah. So that's going to be my official, unofficial birthday party last second. So there
So
you
yeah,
go.
if you go to the Guild Theater website, there's all the info right there. Get your ticket.
Yeah.
Look how beautiful that place is from the outside. Look at that.
The Guild is so cool. I love that place. They put so much like money and effort and energy into that place. I mean, it's really incredible. Like I could live there. It's so pretty. It's way prettier than my house. But yeah, no, I think that'll be a really good time. So go grab your tickets, guildtheater.com. We'll see you out there and we'll have a drink and we'll cheers. And I'll turn 40, whatever I'm going to be.
No, turning
What am I?
22, right?
I asked Cody yesterday. He was like, "How old are you?" And I was like, "How old do I look?" And he said, 83. And I was like, "Sweet, on point."
Wow.
And then he goes, "No, really, I thought you were 40." And I was like, "I'll take it. I am. I'm close to
Just
40."
say, hey, Cody, here's some advice. Just say you look youthful and beautiful.
Oh, well done, Uncle Danny. Well done. Oh crap, my computer's about to die. Your Mac will soon go to sleep unless it's plugged in. Okay. All right. Well, there's our cue. They're pulling us off stage. All right. Thank you guys for being here in the live comments. It's so fun to have you guys chiming in and making us think, helping us work through all this weird crap. We love you very much. And we'll be back next week. We'll have the 4th of July. Hopefully we'll have all of our digits.
I know. Yeah. Well, no, I'm going to enjoy the parade in Alameda, 4th of July parade this Friday. So yeah, it'll be fun. So
you're going to be in the parade, right? You're going to be the
my brother Tommy wants me in the parade so bad. He's
you
like,
should be in the parade. You're the mayor of Alameda.
It's your 20th year at the Bone. Get the Bone truck. I'm like, it's not as easy. Like, I don't know. Does it cost money to be in the parade? I haven't looked it up. Like, there was a deadline that passed.
Investigate. I'm sure there's a deadline that passed, but
like,
we should do this.
The Bone truck. I know Alameda has always been a hot spot for Bone listeners.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And you're the mayor. Make it happen.
Okay.
All right, you guys. Thank you for being here. We love you.
Bye.